Any discussion? Mr. Connor?
Aye.
Mr. Weedman?
Aye.
Mr. LaBarber?
No. Okay. Item number 2, county engineer, annual meeting is March 7th. If you want to attend, please see Greg. Greg will collect all the reservations for our group here at Sycamore Township. I talked to his secretary, but I don't think we've got a venue yet, do we? Or do we?
There's no venue. I think they're going back out to Coleraine. She was not sure. Now, the problem with the 7th, we're the only township that has a meeting that night, so you would need a motion to move your meeting. My recommendation is just to move it to the 6th. You have a workshop on the 5th. I would move this meeting, the regular Thursday night, to the 6th. The Hamilton County Engineer Township Trustees is a dinner that is, or is a meeting, I should say, that is required by law. Per the ORC, the county engineer has to hold a meeting once a year with all the township trustees and fiscal officers. Ted Hubbard does it as a dinner as well. So it's a combination event. So if you're interested in attending, please let me know. I'll have more details on the venue, which I believe is probably gonna be Coleraine Township.
Was it a Green Township last year?
Was Green last year, or was it Springfield?
I think it was Green.
It was Green, so I think they're going back. They sometimes have gone to,
Springfield.
Springfield has a Grove. There is, Coleraine has an event center, I think, Pebble Creek, at their clubhouse, so, all the county elected officials will be invited. I think ODOT's invited as well. It just all depends on the turnout. And during the meeting, County Engineer Hubbard will review the statistics for the townships, crashes, road projects, et cetera, et cetera.
I make a motion that we move our trustee meeting in March to Wednesday, March the 6th.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion is second. Any further discussion?
Mr. Weedman?
Aye.
Mr. Connor?
Aye.
Mr. LaBarber?
Would also note that we have judge meetings scheduled for that day also. So, I mean, theoretically, we could leave them where they are and still get to the engineer's event, but
Whatever.
we could-
I would just suggest you move those to,
I'm fine with that as well.
I think we probably need to reach out to the board, see if.
Yeah, let's just make sure
Make
everybody
sure everybody can attend, because they all set up the date of the
Right.
7th.
Right.
So I would keep it that until we can get confirmation,
Okay,
and then we can deal with that Thursday night if necessary to move that.
good. Okay, next item is approval of minutes of December 18th workshop. We have a motion.
Motion to approve?
We have a second? I'll second. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I have some of my objections, corrections, and I've asked this board on a number of occasions to be respectful of Sycamore Township residents. Calling residents angry people is disrespectful. Let the records show at the 51-minute timestamp, the discussion about having the ad hoc zoning committee was basically over, and a motion was made, but Harry Holbert had to add comments. The 55-minute timestamp, Holbert said, our public comment that has been negative is only from a few residents. The reason we don't get a lot of people out to meetings is because they are happy with Sycamore Township. I don't think that very few angry people should dictate our whole community. I think it's important we support the community in addition to the angry people. At that point, he had a little that aren't happy with anything we do. At the 56:42 timestamp, Jim LaBarber said, you mentioned the angry people. In talking to residents, they told me, we elected the trustees to do the right thing. The reason you don't see 100 people here on a Thursday night is because we expect you to do the right thing. You have some residents here, and you have a man, Jack Flume, who is extremely well versed on the subject, and he just gave you his input. You didn't need to defend yourself. At the 58-minute 26-second timestamp, Denny Connor asked Harry Holbert, how many years of professional experience do you have working in Sycamore Township? 2 minutes later, I, Jim LaBarber, asked Holbert, quick question, what college, university did you receive your BA, BS degree? I want to hear this. Denny Connor and Tom Weedman shouted me down. You can ask him later. On page 3, Mr. LaBarber suggested adding that the ad hoc committee meet on its own time and not after a regular zoning meeting. He also asked that Jacobs be invited to attend, and Bickford said, yes, that will happen. And just as an added comment, I think we have to ask ourselves, when you start calling people angry people, are we calling them angry people just because they don't agree with us, with you? And there was also a mention early on of one voice in the township that Mr. Bickford referred to. So I just really hope as we begin the new year that we, besides transparency, can add another word to that list, and that's respect. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Mr. Miller?
Mr. Connor.
Aye.
Mr. LaBarbera.
No,
Mr. Weedman.
Aye. Planning and zoning update, Mr. Holbert.
Nothing to report?
Nothing to report? Any questions on that? Okay. Upcoming public meetings, Mr. Holbert again.
Craig will be holding this up on the screen. Basically, this is the proposed bank at the corner of Kenwood and Montgomery. I did the staff review on that. I also did send that out to the zoning commission members before the case was heard. I'll be sending the trustees also a copy of the revised staff report.
Could you send that to me also?
Sure. You want to be on the list from here on out?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So I will make sure to send the trustees and Mr. Miller an updated staff report.
I get calls occasionally from attorneys, and I never know what they're talking about.
Okay. So, as most have seen, the corner building has been in disrepair for a long time. The challenge with that site is that it is so small, and the owners had several options to redevelop it, but the footprint was too big. For example, 10,000 square foot, and they weren't able to make the parking work out, which you know is a commodity in the Kenwood area. So, the site is about 0.65 acres. It does slope from the west to east, and the applicant is requesting the PUD2 approval. Greg, if you could just breeze through the slides. Yeah, so there's the site. As you can see, topography is kind of a challenge.
You're gonna tear that building down?
Yeah, they're looking at raising that building, and their drawings were incorrect. They basically had a two-story building, but when you look at the elevations, the first floor actually exited out onto the Montgomery Road, so the grade lines are all wrong. So hopefully they'll be resubmitting that, but here, go back to that one, Greg, there. So, basically, that's Montgomery Road, and they have the doors of Montgomery Road actually going into the hillside. So they need to revise all their elevations to show that the grade is actually up between where it says, the bank itself in that area. The grade's actually held up. They're gonna cut down the grade if approved, to try to make that front entrance work, but it would still be a two-story development. And it's banking on the first floor. They do have a